Good afternoon, good morning, whatever time of day it is. We are going to continue going over Monday's 419 potential and kinetic energy station assignments. So I already went over station 1, so this is going to be station 2, which is a continuation of potential and kinetic energy. You're going to click here for the practice assignment and you're going to make your own copy. Okay, so here is my copy. And as you'll see, the same as all the other stations, we have our procedure sheet and we have our answer document. Okay, so this says this activity is going to assess your knowledge of potential and kinetic energy in different situations. You're going to read the scenarios on each card and drag and drop the green box over the symbol next to the answer. You'll use the legend below to decipher the 4-digit code. Okay. So the first question says, Tanya is standing on a rock about to jump into the lake. Which best describes her potential and kinetic energy? So she hasn't jumped yet. Your keyword is about. She's about to jump. So that tells me that her potential energy is going to be high. And because she hasn't moved yet, her kinetic energy will be low. Okay? So, I think that the best answer, it says she has mostly kinetic energy. I don't agree with that. She has mostly potential energy. That's the one that I agree with. And then her kinetic energy is decreasing. Well, it can't be because she hasn't used it yet. Her potential energy is increasing. So that's another possible answer. I'm going to stick with my original answer. Okay. Question 2. Aiden is shooting arrows. He has his bow pulled back but has not released yet. Which best describes his potential and kinetic energy? So he hasn't released. There is no action yet. So his potential energy has to be high as well. Okay. So it's the same answer choices. He has mostly kinetic. He has mostly potential. His kinetic is decreasing. His potential is increasing. So I don't think anything to do with kinetic is a good answer choice because the action hasn't started. Now with this, because it's a bow and he is pulling it back, but has not released, I could say his potential energy is increasing. I think that might be the best answer. But since I cannot mathematically illustrate that his potential energy is increasing, all I can confirm 100% with my gut is that he has mostly potential energy. So when he has that bow pulled back without releasing it yet, his potential energy has, that's all that's being used. Okay, you will continue with these other 2 questions and calculate the answer. Once you have picked your answers, you will get a code and you will enter this into your digital lock. I encourage you guys to check your answers after submitting your digital lock because if your code was not correct, you will get the answer wrong and you will need to come back to the activity and reassess your answers. If you're having a really difficult time, I always encourage you to join Zoom. I may go over the activity on request. I preview the activity like I've done in this video. So I think you'll get the best assistance through Zoom. You can also always just email me. Before I sign off, this is your answer document. Okay, so the first one says Tanya is standing on a rock about to jump into the lake. How would you best describe her potential and kinetic energy? So you would just restate what the answer was from this question. Okay, so we said she has the most potential energy and she has not used her kinetic energy has not occurred yet. And each one of these reflects the answer or the question from the previous sheet. And then you'll have your 4-digit code based off of the key. And you'll describe the relationship between potential and kinetic energy and do an extension and a Venn diagram, which is going to be highly useful. And you just label the scenarios into the diagram. Again, if you have questions, feel free to email or join Zoom.